In this lesson we're going to talk about a thing called depreciation. Now when you buy items, usually what happens is they drop in value after you've bought them. It's not always the case, but most items, especially the ones in the diagram in the smartboard here, which I'm just going to highlight, cars are the main thing. When you buy a car and you try and sell it on a bit later, it's usually lost a lot of money. Any kind of electrical goods, here I've got a phone, an iPhone, if you try and sell it on later, it's usually outdated by then, or it's been used and nobody wants to pay the same price for a brand new one, so it goes down in value. And most things, clothes, furniture, there are exceptions to this, obviously antiques and fancy cars like 1950s cars or something, but most things tend to lose value, and this is known as depreciation. Now when things drop in value, they often drop by a percentage, and it's useful to be able to do this calculation and work out what their value is at the end of a certain time period, for example 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or so on. Now the figures I've used in these examples are real. If I pull this out at the side, there's a detail of depreciation of what's happened each year for this particular car. I looked up on the internet and changed it from dollars into pounds, but these are real amounts that we're dealing with here. So this is a Porsche, and its cost new is $52,397. This car goes down an awful lot in the first year, and that's what tends to happen. There's a massive drop in the first year because it's no longer brand new, and then it slows down a wee bit. So in the second year it only reduces by 8%. So the question here is, what is the value after 2 years? Well, it's linked to the previous lessons. If something drops by 28%, you take this value as 100%. So the 52,397 is 100% of the value. If it drops by 28%, then what you're looking at is 100 take away 28. So 100 take away 28 is now 72. So in the first year, the end of the first year, it's now 72% of what it was worth. If you change 72% into a decimal, then it's 0.72. And if you multiply by it, you get the answer of £37,325.84. So that's what this car was now worth after year one. A massive drop. So a wee bit of knowledge there is a good thing. If you want to buy a new car, or if you can afford to buy a new car, then obviously you can go and do it. But if you can't, maybe buy it after year one and you get a massive discount. So at year two, the car now drops a further 8% from this green value. Okay, so we start with that. Now if we're dropping by 8%, this green value is now 100%. Okay, so the green value is 100%. If we're dropping 8, we're now at 92%. So you multiply by 0.92 and you come out with the value of the car after 2 years. So that's what it's worth after 2 years, £34,707.77.